Hey folks, this is Steve Hindi, president of Showing Animals Respect and Kindness. I want to talk to you about Governor Nikki Haley down in South Carolina and pigeon shooting. But first, rather than you sitting here looking at me, let me really show you what it is that we're talking about. There, that's better. A few days ago, Shark posted a YouTube video wherein we made the case for pigeon shoots being illegal according to South Carolina humane laws. We asked people to contact South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, and we thank those of you who did so. One of our supporters emailed us after talking to Hal Peters, a policies analyst for the Haley administration. The bottom line of that discussion was that Governor Haley isn't going to do anything. Next, I put a call in to Mr. Peters myself. First, I want to credit Mr. Peters for calling me back promptly. Although our conversation was at times spirited, Mr. Peters was at all times professional and cordial. Unfortunately, the position that Governor Haley is taking on this matter is completely and absolutely unacceptable. Mr. Peters kept referring to Governor Haley's interpretation of the law. He said that the law doesn't apply in the case of pigeons. I repeatedly reminded Mr. Peters that according to South Carolina humane law, an animal is defined as, quote, a living vertebrate creature except Homo sapien, unquote. That is a pigeon. Clearly, very clearly, a pigeon is included in South Carolina's humane laws. Mr. Peters stated that pigeon shoots have never been considered as a violation, to which I made 2 points. First, we only know of one pigeon shoot in South Carolina, and it has only fairly recently been made public. Second, the law states what the law states, and so it doesn't matter if the law has been violated with impunity in the past. It is time to enforce South Carolina humane laws. Mr. Peters said that we should get South Carolina legislators to create a new law specifically banning pigeon shoots. I responded, there's no reason to do that. The law already says what the law says. Pigeon shooting is abandonment under South Carolina's humane laws. We've already made a video on that. I repeatedly asked that Governor Haley's position be put in writing. I wanted to quote her exactly. I don't want any claims that we're getting it wrong or taking it out of context, but Mr. Peters refused. The National Rifle Association supports live pigeon shoots. There are a lot of NRA members who take issue with that because they don't want to believe or admit what the NRA is involved in. But we've been involved in pigeon shoots for decades. The NRA's position is well known. In fact, NRA board member and wildlife lawbreaker Ted Nugent is a pigeon shooter, as is former NRA board member Leo Holt. My question is, why is it that seemingly intelligent people like Nikki Haley get all shit for brains when they're afraid of offending the NRA? Laws written clearly in plain English are all of a sudden completely beyond their understanding. So be it. Nikki Haley is defining herself as an NRA drone, willing to ignore blatant violations of state law to pander to the wacko, extremist leadership of the National Rifle Association, the American Al-Qaeda. This is Steve Hindi for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness.